7 Deadly Sins of Small Business Web Marketing. One of the most interesting facets of working with small businesses is listening to the challenges managers face as they try to implement and sustain online marketing strategies. Like many of my peers in the industry, I find that I hear a lot of the same issues voiced over and over when companies fail to achieve their goals with a web/social media marketing plan. Unfortunately, frustration often leads to confusion, desperation, or worst of all, apathy. A sound strategy can unravel quickly if it's not cultivated properly, which is why I've decided to offer up 7 critical pitfalls small business managers should try and avoid. Whether it's a diatribe from a disgruntled ex-employee on a message board or a less than favorable review on a blog post, companies large and small have been faced with a similar dilemma: how do we react to a negative comment online? While the answer isn't always simple, the first step always is. Ready for it? Here it is: take a deep breath and exhale. A negative comment is not the end of the world, and in fact, some might say it's inevitable in today's business landscape, depending on the size and scope of your company. The bottom line is that wrath should never be answered with wrath. No matter how artful your writing abilities are, a terse response, either in email form or a direct public response, looks, at best, petty and, at worst, defensive and mean-spirited. In other words, the best response is one that is tactful and honest. Kill your audience with kindness, yet explain your position in as forthright a manner as possible. Of course, the worst response of all is a non-response. All you're doing by not responding is letting the comment and commenter control the conversation. Acknowledge the gripe and take control of the conversation on your own terms. You'll be surprised by how quickly you can win over even the most fervent detractor. Greed. One of the most common, and understandable, pitfalls many small business executives fall prey to is setting unrealistic goals for their online marketing strategies. It's good to want to be on the front page of Google's search results. It's good to want to have 11 billion followers on Twitter. It's not good to expect these things to happen overnight. The sound web marketing strategy is one that takes into consideration the workload capabilities of your staff, budgetary requirements, infrastructure limitations, and long-term goals. 18 hours a day on Twitter might get you 20,000 captivated followers in a month, but at what cost to the rest of your business, not to mention sanity? My advice? Set realistic goals, and embrace the positives of being patient with the process. Ultimately, you'll have a better understanding of your consumer audience, and a better understanding of what works and what doesn't when it comes to engaging them. Sloth. Plain and simple, laziness undermines more online marketing campaigns than any other potential pitfall. Every day, solid marketing strategies wither away from inactivity or undernourishment. You can have the prettiest website in the world or the most tricked-out blog in the blogosphere, but it won't mean a thing if your audience is starved for content. Set realistic goals for building your online presence. But then make sure you put the resources in place to feed your online platforms on a consistent basis. Likewise, content updates that are seen as throwaways will be, well, thrown away by your audience. If you or your staff is going to take the time to put together a content update, make sure they devote the necessary amount of brain power to the exercise as well. You don't have to reinvent the wheel with every update, just strive to bring quality information to your audience and you'll reap the rewards. Pride. Florida Governor Charlie Crist likes to say, "God gave me 2 ears and 1 mouth, and I try to respect the ratio." Political commentary aside, companies would be well served to follow Crist's advice when navigating the online marketing waters. Charlene Laube wrote an outstanding piece highlighting the importance of this issue a few months ago on Mashable.com. A lot can be learned by watching others. Don't be afraid to ask questions on and offline so you can learn more. General Motors Director of Global Social Media Christopher Barger encourages companies to remember that few ideas should be rejected out of hand. Not everything is going to work, but in 95% of the cases, even if something doesn't work, there is value to be gained and lessons to be learned from the failure. The only exceptions to this rule are efforts that would contradict the basic etiquette and/or rules of social media: transparency, openness, authenticity, and avoiding pure traditional marketing plays, etc. Lust every day seems to breed new opportunities in the online marketing realm, particularly within the social media spectrum. But as enticing as each new opportunity may seem at first glance, make sure you take some time to analyze a new platform for its potential pluses and minuses before jumping in headfirst. The social media landscape is riddled with sites that seemed like a potential bonanza at first, only to slowly languish as other technologies and opportunities passed them by. Take care to determine if that shiny, new opportunity addresses your core objectives. Will it help us be more responsive to our audience? Does this particular platform allow us to fully express our power and personality as a brand? Will it help us cultivate a new audience, or broaden the reach toward our existing market? If the answer is maybe to any of the above, you might be better served to watch and wait. After 15 years in the design and marketing industry, I've come to one irrefutable truth when it comes to online promotion, and really, promotion in general: someone will always do something better than we're doing it. That doesn't mean we don't strive to be the best design firm we can be, and that doesn't mean we don't strive to provide the best marketing solutions we can. All it means is I don't lose sleep at night over the fact that someone might have a better Twitter background than we do. The key to successful online marketing, be it on a website, blog, or social medium, is finding your own sweet spot as an information provider. If you're communicating the values of your product or service in the voice that accurately represents your brand, then you've fulfilled your mission as a content provider. Observe your competitors, learn from your competitors. But resist the temptation to get into an arms race. It's not about bells and whistles, it's not a contest to see who can do the most the fastest. It's about communicating your brand's benefits to your target audience with honesty, transparency, and authenticity. If you're engaging your audience and building a following, then the strategy is working. Gluttony: a good marketing strategy will invariably find a way to strike a balance between the various platforms it utilizes. So take heed not to gorge yourself one particular avenue of promotion. In other words, if you find yourself, or your staff, focusing so heavily on YouTube, for instance, that your other marketing outlets begin to suffer, then it's time to take a step back and look at the big picture. YouTube is a wonderful marketing platform and is certainly worthy of a substantial time/effort investment, but it's just not smart business to rely too heavily on one avenue. Any financial advisor worth his or her salt will inform you of the importance of having a balanced retirement portfolio. The same principle should apply to marketing. Find that balance between your marketing platforms, and you'll find the long-term rewards will be to your liking.